Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to At the Buzzer Sports, where we talk all things basketball and football all the time. I'm your host, John Drummond, aka Top Tier Analyst, and today we're going to be talking about Bronny James declaring for the draft. Now, I know I might be a few days late, but there's just some things on my mind, and I feel like I should come to YouTube and talk about it. Now, Bronny James is averaging about 5 points per game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, about 36% from the field, and 27% from 3. Now, this is a very underwhelming freshman season for Bronny James. If you ask me, I think he should play in college just a little longer, maybe for another season or two. I definitely think transferring would have been the better idea, to maybe go to a smaller market Division I team to where he could be the main focus and really figure out his game, because I don't think Bronny James will be that number one guy on an NBA team, but he can definitely be a high quality role player on a championship team. And when I say that, I look at his game. He has great IQ, solid perimeter defense. He has the potential to be a great spot up shooter. He has great athleticism. He's always in the right place at the right time. This is the type of guy that you could be maybe 21 when you enter the league and be one of those NBA ready guys that get drafted every year. Guys like Malcolm Brogdon, guys like Jaime Jaquez. Those are NBA ready guys that come in, they do a job, they know their role. They're not trying to be the number one. They're not looking for touches. They're looking to win. And I think being the son of LeBron James, your basketball IQ is going to be out of this world. And I think given the time, Bronny James could be a lot better at things like that, because when we look at it, he's a great defender for the college level. He could be a great spot up shooter. He takes good shots at the college level. He's a great playmaker at the college level. He has great IQ at the college level. I don't think that can translate to the NBA so early. So we're going to be talking about places I would like him to go, not places I think he's going to go, but places I would really like him to go in the NBA. I don't watch much college basketball. I usually just watch like the Elite Eight on. I'm going to try and get more into college basketball next season. But right now, my NBA comparison for Bronny James is Cason Wallace or Drew Holiday. One thing I could say about Bronny, which is the same about Cason Wallace. Cason Wallace is a great spot up shooter. He's a guy that shoots over 40% from the field, from the three. As a rookie, that's very impressive. Cason Wallace has great perimeter defense. He's always at the right place in the right time, but he doesn't really create with the ball in his hand much. He doesn't create. Now, I'm not saying he can't do it, but I just don't think that given the opportunity, given the team that he's on, he really has the chance to do that, because when he's on the floor is most of the time when SGA is off. And when SGA is off, J-Dub usually has the ball, Josh Giddey usually has the ball, or when he is on the floor with SGA has the ball mostly. Now, Drew Holiday, another guy, great spot-up shooter, great IQ, one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. I think Bronny James could really be that type of player for a championship team. I think he has that winning mindset, a type of guy that may go a whole career, maybe averaging 16, 17 points per game, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, shooting like 44, maybe 44 from the field, maybe 40 from 3, and maybe 88 from the free throw line. I think that's a type of stat line he can go his career averaging. And what I think makes Bronny so special is his athleticism. His athleticism really could add to his game. It could really make him one of the better perimeter defenders in the league, given the time to develop. I don't think right now is the best time to go to the NBA, but you're the son of a top 2 NBA player of all time. You're going to have somebody to want to go get you. And teams know across the league how bad LeBron James wants to play with his son. So if there's a team that wants to bring in LeBron James, drafting his son could be the very first step. Now, why I think LeBron James's numbers are underwhelming is he only plays 19 minutes a game, and he's behind guys like Isaiah Collier and Boogie Ellis. I hope I'm saying Isaiah Collier's name right. If I'm not, please feel free to correct me in the comments. But some teams I would love to see Bronny James play with is the Miami Heat, the San Antonio Spurs, and the Houston Rockets. Now, why I say these teams, Miami is great at developing players. I mean, last season, they had a bunch of undrafted guys like Gabe Vincent. I think Max Strus was undrafted. Duncan Robinson was undrafted. I'm sure those guys were undrafted. And they developed them. They became high-quality role players for a team that wants to win. that's a winning culture in Miami with Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo and Pat Riley. I think Bronny James could really fit in there, hit some open shots, play some great defense with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. That's a great defensive team. I think Bronny James could really grow there. Now, the same thing could be said with the San Antonio Spurs. Those guys know how to develop players. Greg Popovich is one of the greatest coaches of all time. I think he could fit well with the Spurs. And the amount of attention Wembanyama is going to demand on defense in the upcoming years that he's not already, I think Bronny James is going to get the chance to become one of the best spot-up shooters in the league just off of how much defensive attention Victor Wembanyama is going to demand. And the last team is the Houston Rockets. I really like Ime Udoka as a defensive type of coach. I think Bronny James could come in and fit that role. And I just think with a team like the Rockets, you're not going to see him on the court as much because Ime Udoka is a guy who doesn't care about the personnel or doesn't care about the ego. If he's not playing well, he's going to sit. I think Bronny James is going to be with a coach in Ime Udoka who's going to teach him and make sure he knows what he's good at and make sure he brings that in and day out for the team to help better the team. So those are the three teams I think that he would play best with. I definitely like Bronny and what he brings to the game. I think he's a much mature basketball player that we see in college basketball because he's a great defender. He could be a really good spot-up shooter. He has great IQ. He's in the right place at the right time. But I just want to see that develop a little bit more before he goes to the NBA because I don't really see him as because I personally think if the Lakers do draft him to keep LeBron James is going to want his son to play. He's going to want his son to get some good minutes every night. And I just don't think Bronny James is at the position right now to play significant minutes in the NBA. I really do. I think a lot of people are going to hunt him in off-ball possessions. I think he's going to be hunted on the defensive floor a lot because he struggled in college. And you can't just throw him into the NBA so early. But I think Bronny James has a hell of an amount of potential. And I just think maybe another season or two in college could really bring that out of him. I think another season or two of college could really bring that out of him. But yeah, that was just on my mind. I think Bronny James is an excellent player. I just think he needs the time to develop. So if you guys like this content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out.